Hey there friends, what's going on? So a quick video update I want to share with you all today as we start the week off. Over the last couple days, over the weekend and Thursday, Friday of last week, I've been doing some work behind the scenes on my website and I made some big updates to FretMonster. Now, a lot of you have written in over the years saying that FretMonster has helped you in tremendously unexpected ways and everything. If you've used FretMonster before, you're going to love what the changes I've made are. If you've not used FretMonster, if this is new to you, you're in luck. Check it out. Basically what this is, it's an interactive fretboard map. Okay, the fretboard's full of notes and everything, but what FretMonster lets you do is it lets you pick a key and a sort of scale, right? So if it defaults to a major scale, which is the most common one, I recommend just keeping it there unless you know what you're looking for. But say you want like the major pentatonic, and say you're in the key of G, I can just sort of cycle on over to G, and it's going to sort of change the notes that are shown on the fretboard to give you only the notes in that scale. And that just makes things so much easier to worry about, right? Because there's so many notes on this thing, but in reality, you only need a small amount of them. Now, if you've never sort of used this sort of mapping before, I have a video here, how to use FretMonster. Check this out. Even though I made it a year ago and the design looked a little bit different, this is gonna be a big time help for you. I have a bunch of the different use cases that FretMonster will help you with, and all these will still apply. Okay, so check this out. If you keep on scrolling, I also have some other lessons I've made that use FretMonster in the lesson, right? And all of these have Patreon PDFs available for download. So check these out all as well. This is all available for free. It's on my website, playsongnotes.com, and then you just click on the FretMonster item in the navigation. It'll take you right here. Now this is mobile friendly. You can use it on your phone, your iPad. You can just sort of scroll. Like for example, when the screen is smaller, it'll look like this. You can still pick, whatever scale you want, and then you can just sort of scroll this over. And it's sort of, it's meant to be sort of responsive, as they say in the web design business, and it will work no matter how big your device is, whether you're using a phone or an iPad, right? Now, let me show you some of the cool stuff I've added, especially if you've used this before. One is the ability to change the instrument. I've added a few new instruments here. So say you're playing a song in drop D. You can just sort of change your instrument to drop D. You'll notice this thickest string change down to a D. And what that does is as I change from standard tuning down to drop D, is you're going to notice that it changes the sort of placement of the notes on that thickest string, right? I've also added double drop D. I've added some open tunings, open D and open G. If you want to view the 1, 3s, and 5s, in the key of G, when you're in open G, here you go, right? Another thing I've added is like Cigar Box Guitar. If you're interested in that, I have a 3-string and 4-string setting. So check this out. Even bass, ukulele, and mandolin, these all exist. Because the main idea with these stringed instruments is you tune the strings to something, right? And then you just pick a key you're playing in and whatever scale, and you can do all that stuff here. So all the sort of core functionality will exist. So those instruments are one new addition. Something else I've added though, which is pretty cool, is the ability to sort of turn certain strings on and off. So say I'm working on my triads, right? In the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string. Just the ability to sort of get rid of some of that visual noise I've found is a little bit helpful when I'm messing around here. So for example, if I play right here, these notes, strings 2, 3, and 4, that's gonna be part of a G major triad, right? This is the 1, the 3, and the 5. I guess there's a 5 and a 1 and a 3. Now if I go up to right here, this is another triad we can do, right? And if I want to go up even more, I could do this. This is sort of 7, 8, 9, right? So that. And then likewise with this one. Now, if the idea of triads and scale degrees and everything is over your head, don't worry about it. Don't let it stress you out. You can still use this tool. I'm actually working on a music theory course. How do I get rid of these marks? I'm actually working on a music theory course behind the scenes right now. That'll be ready hopefully in a few weeks, but that'll sort of explain this idea of what these intervals mean, these scale degrees, and how major chords and minor chords are formed and all that sort of stuff. So stay tuned for that, right? But again, if this is something you've used or not used, it looks interesting to you, check it out and watch this video because I'm going to sort of show you a lot of the different use cases in real time. But check this out. Again, it's mobile friendly. You can use your right and left arrows to cycle through the key you're in, right? Likewise, you can use your square brackets to cycle through the different scales. It's just a nice way to quickly sort of, get to something. I was jamming with a friend last weekend, and we're playing something in drop D, and I just sort of pulled up FretMonster on my iPad and cycled over to the key of D and cycled over to the minor pentatonic, and I was like rocking in no time. So that's sort of the use case this is meant for. It's like it's a Swiss Army knife. It can show you what you want to see, whether you care about scale degrees or note names, or you want to highlight just the root, or just the root plus the 3 and the 5 to recognize your triads. All that's possible. I now have these new instruments down here, and I do have the ability to sort of turn strings on and off. So that's something you can do just to simplify things, to make the view a little bit less cluttered. But check it out, and I hope you dig it. And as I said, check out some of these videos down here, these other lessons. These will sort of use FretMonster in ways that is practical per the concept that I'm teaching. One very popular concept is this idea of walk-ups and walk-downs in the fretboard. And I sort of show here how basically when you're walking up from G to C, basically, I'm just going from G, A, B, C. This is an example of using the fretboard, but I do that in my video here. A couple other things I've added to my website while I have you is if you go to any of my song lessons here, click on a song lesson, in this bottom bar, you're going to have just a way to quickly navigate to the previous and to the next song. So I can sort of go back in time to the different songs I've made, which is just a fun way to sort of quickly navigate between things. Now, something else I'm working on behind the scenes is I'm getting ready to add like courses to my website, sort of structured bundles of lessons all on certain topics. And the whole idea here is, what you'd expect from any other, if you've ever taken any kind of course online before where you sort of have a certain topic, but then you have an easy way to navigate to the previous and next lesson. I'm also working on adding membership directly to my website. So all of you who are existing members, I'll help you, if I'll do a test and make sure everything works, but I'll also have a way for you to log in to my website directly, access all my members only content directly on my website, no longer having to sort of go over to Patreon or this or that, the other. Everything will be there. That's sort of what I'm working on behind the scenes because I think there's a lot of potential for that. And also just with the courses I'm working on, it's helpful to have everything there in one spot. So a lot of fun stuff's coming, but while I was doing all this stuff again, I couldn't get over I had the itch to update FretMonster. Did some redesign stuff here. I'm pretty proud of the sort of layer of paint on it compared to how it used to look. But check it out. It's over at playsongnotes.com. You click on FretMonster in the navigation, and you'll be right here. Super helpful tool. Again, watch this video if this is new to you. And if there's any instruments you'd like to see added or you have any other feature requests, let me know. Now, I do have a whole lot of things I'd love to add to this in the future down the road. Some of them will take a lot more time to build out than others. So for now, I just wanted to get some of these quick wins in there. But in the meantime, check this out, and I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.